CRV redirects here. It is also a shorthand referring to chromium-vanadium alloy tool steels. The Honda CR-V is a compact SUV, manufactured since 1995 by Honda. It was loosely derived from the Honda Civic. There are discrepancies as to what CR-V stands for. Honda sales literature in UK reportedly made references to compact recreational vehicle. Other Honda references cite comfortable runabout vehicle. It is produced in both four-wheel drive and front-wheel drive, with availability differing by market. Honda began producing the CR-V in Sayama, Japan, and Swindon, UK, for worldwide markets, adding North American manufacturing sites in East Liberty, Ohio, in 2007. El Salto, Jalisco, Mexico, in late 2007. And Alliston, Ontario, Canada, in 2012. The CR-V also is produced in Wuhan for the Chinese market by the Dongfeng Honda Automobile Company, a joint venture with Dongfeng Motor Corporation. The CR-V is Honda's smallest SUV other than the related Element sold in Canada and the United States, and the HR-V sold in Europe. In size, the CR-V slots between the Element and Pilot, but due to the Element's discontinuation during the 2011 model year, the CR-V has regained its status as Honda's entry-level SUV. First generation, introduced in Japan in 1995, the CR-V was Honda's first in-house designed SUV by Hiroyuki Kawase. The CR-V was introduced in Japan at Honda Verno dealerships only and was regarded as a luxury vehicle in Japan due to the exterior width dimensions exceeding Japanese government dimension regulations. For North American market, it was displayed at the 1996 Chicago Auto Show and went on sale in February 1997. Upon introduction, the model had only one trim level, which would later be known as the LX model trim. It was powered by the 2.0L straight 4B20B producing 126 HP at 5,400 rpm and 133 lb-ft of torque at 4,800 rpm. Outer dimensions for this engine would be identical to the Integra's 1.8L engine, but internally the engine had a larger 84mm bore to add the extra displacement needed to produce more torque. The engine utilized a one-piece cylinder sleeve construction unique from any other B-series engine due to overlapping combustion chambers. The chassis was an unibody design with a four-wheel double wishbone suspension. Inside, the rear seats were able to fold down, and a picnic table was stowed in the rear floor area. A common external trait that was visible with this generation was plastic cladding covering the front bumper, rear bumper, and fender wells. In most countries, CR-Vs had a chrome grille. However, in the United States, the grille was made out of the same black plastic as the bumpers. A major difference between the LX and X trims was that the X had anti-lock brakes and 15-inch alloy wheels while the LX did not. Drivetrain options were front-wheel drive or Honda's real-time AWD. Facelift. Although the body style remained the same as the first generation, an update was made from 1999 to 2001 in response to criticism that the original engine lacked enough power for a vehicle of its weight to Euro 3,200 lb. The engine was changed to the 2.0 LB20Z engine, producing 147 HP at 6,200 rpm and 133 lb-ft at 4,500 rpm of torque. Fuel economy of 23 mpg US city/28 mpg US highway and price were not affected by the increase in power, which was the result of a higher compression ratio, a new intake manifold, and slightly higher lift on the intake valves. Safety. The 1996 Euro 2001 model tested by the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety was the LX model with standard driver and passenger airbags. Even though the car's structure received an acceptable rating, the overall car received a marginal rating as the dummy's left leg would have been broken. Its head went through the airbag which would have caused a minor concussion. The chest was well protected. Models equipped with an automatic transmission now had an overdrive cancel button that allowed the driver to lock the transmission in the first three gears to provide power for passing and climbing grades. The pattern of the cloth on the seats was also redesigned, and the head restraints earned an acceptable rating from the IIHS for whiplash protection. The 1999 European, Australian, and Asian CR-V models featured more drastic changes. Exterior alterations included a new front bumper, smoothed-off rear bumper, and a smaller plastic radio antenna on the rear of the roof. Nighthawk Black was added to the list of paint choices, while Passion Orange disappeared. New dark blue pearl and red pearl shades replaced the former solid red and metallic blue hues. European models received an enlarged Honda emblem on the front grille, and a new metallic yellow paint in certain markets. In 2000, a special edition model was introduced in North America. The SE featured body-colored bumpers and side moldings, a body-colored hard spare tire cover, leather upholstery, CD cassette audio deck, rear privacy glass, a Navetech navigation system, and chrome grille accent. Until 2001, the CR-V sold more than any other vehicle in its class. The North American models also received new exterior colors including Naples Gold Metallic and Taffeta White. Electron Blue was introduced in 2000 to replace Submarine Blue Pearl, while Satin Silver Metallic replaced Sebring Silver Metallic in 2001. However, that year, sales of the Ford Escape and its clone, the Mazda Tribute, surpassed those of the CR-V. The Australian higher specification model was called the Sport. It was added at the time of the first facelift and included body-colored bumpers, mirrors, door handles, and hard rear spare wheel cover. It also included alloy wheels, roof rails, and a large glass sunroof. The CR-V became the country's best-selling SUV in 2000, outselling the Toyota Land Cruiser for the first time. Fleet usage: in 2010, Japanese domestic market CR-Vs began importing to Canada due to an increasing demand for right-hand drive SUVs by Canadian postal workers. Parts availability and mechanical familiarity with the JDM CR-V positioned the compact SUV at the top of many RSMC's list. For many years, Canada Post or SMCs have used right-hand drive vehicles as a postal delivery vehicle and most recently have agreed to compensate many of their RSMCs who choose to use a right-hand drive vehicle. Second generation. The bigger and heavier second-generation CR-V was a full redesign, based on the 7th generation Civic, and powered by the K24A1 engine. North American versions of the new engine produced 160 HP and 162 lb-ft of torque. Per new SAE regulations, the same engine is now rated at 156 HP and 160 lb-ft. Despite the power increase, the new CR-V retained the fuel economy of the previous model, thanks in part to the engine's IVTEC system. The newly developed chassis had increased torsional and bending rigidity, while the new suspension possessed front toe control link McPherson struts and a rear reactive link double wishbone. The compact rear suspension increased cargo space to 72 AF. The second-generation CR-V was Car and Driver magazine's best small SUV for 2002 and 2003. Second-generation CR-Vs in countries outside of North America were again offered in both low-specification and high-specification variants, with the latter featuring body-colored bumpers and fittings. It also now did not require the glass hatch to be opened before the swinging door. Changes between model years 2002, 2003, and 2004 were minor. The success of the CR-V prompted Honda to introduce an entry-level SUV, the Element. It is reported that in late 2003, Honda took legal action against Shuanghuan of China accusing its Liebao SUV of copying the CR-V's exterior design. AC lawsuit. A Honda air condenser compressor class action settlement includes purchasers or lessees of 2002 Euro 2004 Honda CR-Vs. 1. A class action settlement of over $40 million was approved on April 13, 2012 by United States District Judge Catherine S. Hayden of the District of New Jersey, in the case of Alene v. American Honda Motor Company, Incorporated, Civ. Number 208CV04825KSHPS. 2. The AC air compressor on the CR-V has the issue of the internals shattering, forcing debris throughout the AC system, possibly damaging all associated components and causing the compressor to seize. The debris lodged in the system can work loose and enter the replacement compressor, causing the compressor to fail again. To prevent the reoccurrence, all the components of the AC system have to be replaced at a cost of $2,000 to $3,000. 3. The items that are listed to be replaced are compressor, condenser, expansion device, evaporator, seals, lubricant, and low-side and high-side AC hoses. Facelift. In 2005, the CR-V received a mid-cycle refresh. The 2005 CR-V was now equipped with 16-inch wheels, the earlier models had 15-inch wheels. Visual changes included new taillights and headlights with clear indicators. The new headlights now have two separate H1 bulbs for low beams and high beams, the previous setup used H3 single bulb for both low and high beams. The taillights now used clear lenses instead of amber for the turning indicators. The grille was also changed. It had two horizontal bars instead of one. The front bumper design was slightly changed, it now has round fog lights compared to the previous rectangle fog lights, and in addition to the lower grille there are two horizontal bars instead of one. The rear bumper reflectors were longer and narrower. On the inside of the car, the X-Trim received upgrades which included steering wheel-mounted audio controls and an outside temperature monitor. The stereo system was also XM satellite radio ready. All CR-V models also had revised rear seat headrests, which had been redesigned to reduce rear view blockage. Mechanically, the 2005 model was also changed. A major change included a drive-by-wire throttle for all CR-Vs. The all-wheel drive system was improved. It had been tuned to activate faster in low traction situations. U.S. market models were equipped with a 5-speed automatic, as opposed to the previous 4-speed automatic. In the United States and Canada, all 2005 MI and later CR-Vs have anti-lock brakes, electronic brake force distribution, traction control and vehicle stability assist, front seat-mounted side airbags, and side curtain airbags with rollover sensors for all occupants. In Australia, the MY-05 facelift went on sale in late 2004. Base models made do with only dual airbags and ABS as standard equipment, while the Sport came equipped with side airbags for the first time. Curtain airbags were unavailable on any model, until the next generation. Following the tradition of adding a trim level above the X during the refresh like the first generation CR-V, Honda added the SE trim level for the 2005 CR-V. The CR-V SE had painted bumpers, body side molding, and spare tire cover. For a more luxurious experience, Honda added a leather interior, leather-wrapped steering wheel, and heated side mirrors and front seats. The SE also included a hard-body colored cover for the spare tire on the back. Third generation. The third generation CR-V was launched for the 2007 model year. It went on sale in the US during late September 2006. Unlike preceding models, it features a rear liftgate rather than a side-opening rear door. No longer has the spare tire mounted on the rear door. The new CR-V is lower, wider, and shorter than the previous models. The length decrease is attributed mostly to the fact that the spare wheel no longer adds length to the back of the vehicle. A lowering of the center of gravity is another benefit of the spare wheel being located underneath the rear cargo area. A feature unique amongst SUVs is the center rear seat pass-through. The third generation CR-V is powered by the latest version of Honda's standard K-Series 2.4L inline-4 engine, similar variants of which can also be found in the current generation Honda Accord and Honda Element. In North American markets, this engine's power is rated at 166 HP at 5,800 rpm and 161 lb-ft at 4,200 rpm. A 2.2 LICT-DI diesel engine is offered in the European and Asian markets. The European market CR-V offers a newer 20A 2.0L petrol engine, based on the Honda R-Series IVTEC-SOHC engine found in the Honda Civic, as opposed to the previous CR-V offering the K20A. Since the introduction of a newer, 5-speed automatic transmission, which sports a higher MPG rating and smoother shifting, The manual transmission has been dropped from the U.S. market. Fuel economy ratings from the EPA are 20 mpg U.S. City, 26 mpg US Highway. Consumer Reports rates fuel economy as 19 mpg US City, 29 mpg US Highway. Honda is also offering an integrated navigation option on the XL model. The navigation unit is made for Honda by Alpine and includes voice-activated control, XM radio, in-dash CD player that can play MP3 and WMA media. It also has a 6-disc CD changer in the center console and a PC card slot in the nav unit for flash memory MP3 or WMA files. A second CD player is behind the navigation screen. This CD player plays MP3/WMA CDs. A rear backup camera is also included. An iPod adapter was to be an available option on US models, but is currently only available as an add-on accessory. All CR-V models still have the auxiliary audio input jack, which is either on the head unit itself, on the central tray, or inside the center console. For 2007, Honda CR-V became one of the 10 best-selling vehicles of the year. It overtook Ford Explorer, which had held the title for 15 years, to be the best-selling SUV in the U.S. To meet demand, Honda shifted some Civic production from East Liberty, Ohio to a Liston Plant No. 2, Ontario to free up space for additional CR-V production. Currently, the East Liberty plant is building 400 CR-V models a day for the Canadian and U.S. markets. The U.S. market CR-V models are imported primarily from Sayama, Saitama, Japan and El Salto, Jalisco, Mexico in increasing numbers. In 2008, CR-V continued to be top 10 bestseller and best-selling SUV of the year in the U.S. Since its introduction in 1997, there were more than 215,000 CR-V sold in Canada. Chassis code, RE1, RE2, RE3, RE4, RE5, RE7, National Highway Traffic Safety Administration crash test ratings, frontal impact, side impact, rollover. The Honda CR-V is rated good in frontal and side impact crash tests by the IIHS. However, it is rated marginal in the roof strength test. All models come standard with vehicle stability assist. An analysis conducted by the IIHS and released in June 2011, found that the 2007-08 My CR-V had the lowest fatality rate in its class and among the lowest fatality rates among all vehicles. 2010 facelift. For the 2010 model year, the CR-V received style, powertrain, and equipment changes. The exterior changes included a redesigned front fascia with a new horizontal slat chrome grille and honeycomb-designed lower front grille, new front bumper, and revised taillights. The rear bumper was redesigned, as well as new 5-split-spoke 17-inch alloy wheels for X and XL models. The interior received minor changes, including seat fabrics, as well as wider driver and front passenger armrests. The audio head unit controls were altered and the information display backlighting in the gauges was changed to blue, instead of the previous black. A USB audio input became standard in the XL trim while hands-free Bluetooth connectivity was exclusive to the XL trim equipped with navigation system. In 2011, a mid-level SE trim debuted with a 6-disc CD changer and 17-inch 7-spoke alloy wheels that came from the pre-facelift X and XL trims. Power was increased from 166 to 180 HP for 2010 and mileage improved by 1 mpg for both front-wheel and all-wheel drive models. The EPA ratings were 21 miles per US gallon/28 miles per US gallon city highway and 21 miles per US gallon/27 miles per US gallon city highway respectively. Recommended oil weight changed from 5W20 to OW20 from previous years with a change to the K24Z6 engine. The 2010 model year update went on sale in the United States in September 2009. Asia. In the Philippines, the 2010 Honda CR-V is nearly the same as the USA model, but is provided with side mirror turning signals. It is available in 4x4 and 4x2. The former having a 5-speed automatic gearbox as standard. The top-of-the-range 2.40L 4x4 comes with leather upholstery and HID headlamps. All models have rear parking sensors as standard, but no sunroof or GPS. In Thailand, the Honda CR-V has 4 versions, 2.0S, 2WD, 2.0E, 4WD, 2.4EL, 2WD, and 2.4EL, 4WD. All versions come with a 5-speed automatic transmission. Navigator, DVD, and rear-view camera are standard equipment for 2.4EL, 2WD, and 2.4EL, 4WD, versions. The version with 2.0 engine has 150 HP at 6,200 RPMs, while the version with 2.4 engine has 170 HP at 5,800 RPMs. In Indonesia, there are 3 variants of Honda CR-V, 2.0L MT, 2.0L AT and 2.4L AT. The 2.4L AT comes standard with single electric driver seat, dual automatic climate control, 5-spoke rims, different level of interior trims and touchscreen-enabled stereo system. All versions use FWD configuration. In early 2012, the third-generation Honda CR-V is updated with new front grille and minor interior trims. Europe, the CR-V facelift made available to European markets features new added luxuries not previously seen before, and not available to Japanese, Asian, or American markets. Xenon headlights are available for the first time, as are 18-inch alloy wheels, GPS DVD navigation system, and a premium sound system with USB audio input. A panoramic glass moonroof is standard on upper-spec models, and all models feature chrome exterior door handles. Externally, the vehicle also features complete body color coding, on all lower body plastic cladding. The 2.2L ICTDIN22A turbo diesel engine was discontinued and replaced by the 2.2L IDTECN22B engine, increasing power output to 150 picoseconds, and meeting Euro 5 emission standards. South America, in Brazil the CR-V third generation was sold with a 2.0-liter, 150 HP IVTEC engine instead of the 2.4 used in other countries. The reason is that in Brazil the tax is higher for engines above 2.0 liters. The Honda Accord sold in Brazil had the same 2.0-liter engine. In Peru the CR-V has different trim levels. The 2 most equipped ones are the Deluxe and the Platinum. These 2, in contrast with the models sold in the USA, feature chrome door handles, and HID headlamps. The Platinum version also comes with rear parking sensors, and 18-inch alloy wheels. It does not feature heated front seats because it is considered unnecessary due to the type of climate in Peru. There is no trim level featuring GPS. Trim levels, 4x2L, LX4X4, X4X4, Deluxe, 4x4, Top, and Platinum. 4th generation, regions, North America. The CR-V concept debuted at the Orange County International Auto Show in California in September. The production 2012 CR-V debuted at the 2011 Los Angeles Auto Show. The CR-V went on sale in the US on December 15, 2011. It is powered with a 2.4-liter IVTEC inline-4 engine that puts out 185 HP and 163 pound-feet of torque at 4,400 RPMs along with an all-new real-time all-wheel drive with intelligent control system. All North American Honda CR-Vs come equipped with a 5-speed automatic transmission. Front-wheel drive CR-Vs now get 23 mpg US in the city and 31 mpg US on the highway, while models with the optional full-time all-wheel drive are rated at 22 mpg US and 30 mpg US, respectively. Japan. In Japan, the 2012 CR-V was launched on November 28, 2011 and has been on sale since December 2, 2011. The Japan Spec 2012 CR-V is offered in 2.4L and 2.0L variants. The 2.0L variant is mated with continuously variable transmission with torque converter that has the same off-the-line acceleration and overall acceleration performance as the 2.4L model. The 2.0L variant is only available in front-wheel drive. The 2.4L variant is available in four-wheel drive model only and equipped with a 5-speed automatic transmission. Thailand. In Thailand, the 2012 Honda CR-V was launched in September 2012. It is offered in 2.4EL 4WD, 2.0E 4WD and 2.0S 2WD variants. They are all mated to a 5-speed automatic transmission. The 2.4EL comes standard with 18-inch alloy wheels, smart entry and start system, navigation, HID projector headlamps and rain-sensing wipers. Indonesia. In Indonesia, the fourth-generation Honda CR-V was launched by PT Honda Prospect Motor in September 2012. There are 4 variants available: 2.0L MT, 2.0L AT, 2.4L AT and 2.4L AT Prestige. The 2.4L AT comes standard with 18-inch alloy wheels, fog lamps, chrome-plated door handles, dual-zone automatic climate control, leather seats, smart key, start-stop button, paddle shifters, brake assist, vehicle stability assist, hill start assist and electric driver seat. The 2.4L AT Prestige comes with fog lamps, chrome garnishes, muffler tips and navigation system with rear backup camera and parking sensor. All versions use FWD configuration and RM3 chassis code. Unlike the CR-V intended for North American market, Indonesian Honda CR-V uses slightly revised front bumper, identical to the CR-V intended for Japanese market. It also has side mirror turning signals and projector headlights without daytime running lights pre-installed despite the dedicated room for the LEDs at the bottom of the headlamp. China. The fourth-generation CR-V was launched in China in February 2012. India. In India, the fourth-generation CR-V was launched in February 2013 with 2 variants, a 2.0-litre petrol and a 2.4-litre, 185 bhp petrol. The 2.0-litre variant will be equipped with a 6-speed manual or a 5-speed automatic gearbox. The 2.4-litre variant will come with an automatic gearbox, Honda's on-demand 4-wheel drive system and an Econ mode to increase fuel efficiency. Marketing. To promote the vehicle during Super Bowl XLVI, Honda brought in Matthew Broderick for their commercial, which pays homage to his 1986 film Ferris Bueller's Day Off. The commercial ties into Honda's Leap List campaign for the CR-V. The company also released an extended version video. Safety. The CR-V utilizes Honda's advanced compatibility engineering front structure. All CR-V models come standard with a backup camera. Recalls. Honda is recalling 172,000 vehicles because of a problem with the door latches that could cause a door to open while driving. The recall affects the redesigned 2012 CR-V and the Acura ILX sedan. On October 7, 2012, Honda recalled about 482,000 CR-V models in Europe and the United States, finding rainwater may enter the vehicle's power window switch on the driver's door, which could cause the switch to overheat and catch fire. Sales, references. External links: CR-V White/Black Edition, CR-V at Honda Worldwide.